Good morning. Good morning, my friend. How are you on this beautiful morning? I am so grateful to be able to come into this sacred tent, do this beautiful work with you, drop back into our bodies, prepare for a day of miracles. Let's do that today. So as always, we start with sound. Why do we start with sound? Because it wakes us up. Let's see what we got here. See which drum is going to sound the best for us tonight. It's a little flat. I think we're going to go fire drum tonight. That's what I'm feeling. All right. I want you to take some nice deep breaths in, clearing off any leftover exhaustion. All right. That drum. Oh, I wish you could feel it. It just moves the whole tent. Final one in. And there we go. Moving the energy around tonight. I'm going to start with the sacred creative process. We're going to take some nice deep breaths in using the essential oil that we use. Your choice of essential oil, letting it drop into your body, reminding your body that we are here to open up to receive. We're just going to pour some light through us from the crown of our head all the way down to our toes, breathing in. Breathing out, clearing out the system, clearing out any leftover exhaustion, any tightness in the body, any expansion, any areas of your body that is holding some extra energy. We're going to let it release. We're going to breathe the light in and we're going to wake up our gifts. So breathing in. Waking up our gifts of seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, all of our intuitive gifts, waking them all the way up in and through the divine light, to be present, to be here, to lead, to guide, to show us, to help us receive. We're going to call in our angels, our board of directors, those who are here to support us. Who are we going to call in? We're going to call in... All I'm hearing is your divine team. So whoever your divine team is, whoever your angels are, whoever your ascended masters are, those who've been assigned to the work that you're here to do, we're going to call them in and through the divine light to come and sit with us, to hold this space with us. We're going to ask that light will touch our ears, that we will spiritually hear what needs to be heard, that light will touch our third eye, so we'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. The light will cleanse our lips so we speak only what needs to be spoken. Taking a nice deep breath in. All right, so as this is a surprise to you, to me, let's open up. Let's see what there is. What is the work what is this work that we were doing this morning? So just breathing in. Okay, so I see a tie between the back of the head and the stomach. So the back of the head is where we have all of our noise, right? The noise, the chatter, the limiting beliefs, they all live right here. And there's something where it's connected to the stomach, and the stomach, it feels like it's carrying extra energy, not your energy, someone else's energy. So whether that's true for you or not, this is a great practice, because a lot of the times our limiting beliefs are connected to other people's energy. It's not ours, right? Most of our limiting beliefs they were given to us. So I've never seen that connection before. The limiting beliefs connected to carrying someone else's energy in the stomach. So that's really a cool thing to have show up. And it's an awareness that maybe when you feel like you are struggling with limiting beliefs, go in, pour some light through the back of the head, but then also clearing out anyone's energy that you're attached. So the stomach, the navel, is where we attach to people, we attach to outcomes. It's the space of either healthy attachments or unhealthy attachments. So obviously the attachment to limiting beliefs would not fall in the category of healthy. This is an unhealthy attachment to a limiting belief that we need it, right? It's interesting. I was just working with a client and that we were talking about this, and the quote by Richard Bach came to me, which is, argue for your limitations and they're yours. And so there's a place where we argue for our limitations because they feel so real to us. But what I'm seeing right here is that they're just connected to somebody else's energy. So we get to disconnect them. So we're going to do that. Interesting. I've never done this before, so this is super cool. So I want you to palms up, shoulders up, soften your heart. And I want you to look into the back of your head and you're going to ask, what is a limiting belief that is keeping me stuck right now? So I'm going to throw out some limiting beliefs that I would say most humans have so that you can get context, but I want you to hear yours. So I'm not good enough. No matter what I do isn't good enough. I quit. I'll never be fill in the blank. I'll never be good enough. I'll never be successful. I'll never be loved. Like, these are all limiting beliefs. Can you feel them? They have such like a finalized kind of energy. Like, I'll never be good enough. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I quit. Like, can you feel it's like the energy just like whoosh, it cuts off. It cuts off. There's no space for expansion. There's no space for healing. It's very definitive. These are limiting beliefs. These are not truths. Truth never lives in this energy. Truth lives in the energy of expansion. Truth lives in the energy where it can shift and change. That's truth. These are not truths. These are lies. These are lies that were fed to you by those outside of you. They are lies that were fed to you by your own internal baggage, demons, whatever you want to call it, right? So here's what I'm seeing. This is super powerful. So I'm seeing, pick a limiting belief. What's the one that seems really loud right now? And you're going to see it moving down and it's coming through and it's connecting to the navel. I want you to imagine if you could pick it up like a cord, and the cord is connected to whoever gave it to you, whether somebody in your life gave you this belief, whether this is just a generational belief that went from your grandmother to your mother to you, and it was in your DNA coding, wherever it came from, whose ever energy and source that it came from, we're gonna cut it out. So just almost like an umbilical cord. That's super interesting. We're gonna cut this cord, cut the cord to the person that sourced this limiting belief. And as soon as we cut their energy off, I want you to feel, you can breathe a little bit more. And then the leftover cord that came to this limiting belief is no longer being fed. There's nothing feeding it. And so you're just going to watch this disintegrate and it just kind of falls off your body. So now we're going to pick up another limiting belief. So what is another belief system? What is a belief that's been holding you back, that's been keeping you stuck, that's making it like you're in a hamster wheel right now? Like no matter what you do, you can't get traction. What is that limiting belief? We're going to pick it up and you're going to see it moving from the back of your head. It's moving all the way down, connecting to your stomach. You're going to pick it up at the stomach and you're going to cut it. You're going to cut it from the energy source in which it was given to you. And then the cord itself just starts to disintegrate. And if you have a lot of limiting beliefs, pause the video and go through them all. But I think this is sufficient for now. So now what I want you to imagine is we're going to bring some light to your stomach. And we're going to release anybody's energy that you've been carrying around. So we're just going to like squeeze it out like a sponge. We're just letting anybody's energy that you've been carrying around. Maybe you felt responsible for them. Maybe it's a client and you feel responsible for their results. Maybe it's a partner and you feel responsible for their happiness, whatever. We all have these like messy, like I feel responsible for. That holds someone's energy inside of you. This is taking your magic and it's not working for you. It's not serving you. So we're going to release people's energy. And I want you to imagine that it leaves your stomach and it just goes down into the ground like water, like rain on a tree, and that it just moves into the earth, right? It's like moving down and then into the earth. So I want you to just do 3 deep breaths. We're going to release anybody and everybody's energy that's stuck inside of your body, specifically within your stomach. This is a place where we hold other people's stuff. We're going to let it move all the way down our body into the earth. Breathing in. I forgive and release. I forgive and release. I forgive and release. Letting go of everybody's energy that's holding you back right now. Maybe it's people's thoughts about you. Maybe it's their opinions about you. Maybe it's their belief systems that they've been pushing on you. We're just going to let it move all the way down into the earth. You're going to breathe in again. You're going to let it move. This last piece, anyone else's like stuck up in the diaphragm, we're just letting that go, letting it go all the way down to the earth. And then we're just going to place, what are we going to place over the stomach? It's like the stomach doesn't want anything over it. So instead we're just going to we're going to put like the sunlight outside of it, and the sunlight can just keep pulling in, extracting other people's energy. So what I'm seeing is like, it's just not done. So we're just going to let the sun, this brilliant, beautiful beam of fire in the sky, to magnetize out other people's energy. So it's just leaving your body. You no longer need to carry all this energy. Now I want you to place your hand on the back of your head, and we're just going to put a lot of light and love into the back of your head. And this is going to clean out like a power washer all the limiting beliefs, all the lies, all the fears, everything that's been keeping you stuck. We're clearing it out like a power washer with this brilliant divine light. It's just clearing it, clearing it, clearing it, clearing it, clearing it. There we go again. One more. You can probably feel there's going to be some pressure moving throughout your head. Fantastic. We're releasing it, okay? And then we're going to pour this really beautiful blue light, this divine light that is so divine that it's light. It's this magnificent blue. Just like when fire is so hot, it turns blue. When the divine light is so bright, it turns blue. So this blue light's going to go into your back of the head, and it's going to wake up the true beliefs, the truths about you, the truths of who you are. Why don't you just notice for a second, can you feel a difference in your stomach? Like the pressure is going down. It's because we're releasing other people's stuff out of our body. How cool is that? So in the back of the head, we're now placing only in the truths. And we're going to ask that God will show you these truths about you. So anytime an old belief system shows up, the new truth is going to show up instead. You're going to release the old belief system, the old limiting belief, the old lies. We're going to release them, and we're going to breathe in the new truths. So whenever you hear, I'm not good enough, whoo, okay, that's not true. I'm going to release that out my body, and I'm going to breathe in that I've always been good enough, that I'm actually more than enough. I am more than enough. As I am, as I am, as I am. If a limiting belief shows up that says I'm going to quit, that doesn't feel true. We're going to release that out of my body. And you're going to breathe in the truth. I always take action when I am inspired. I always step into the realm of action and completion when I am working with the divine. It is already done. Breathing in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. My body feels so much better. So I want you to feel how today gets to be a day of newness. Last night was the new moon, which is a really beautiful time to create newness. Newness. We're doing newness today. I want you to feel the difference in your stomach. Can you feel a difference? Like there's less pressure. I want you to feel the clarity in your mind. 14 minutes, 15. We just hit 15 minutes. 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes of it is doing this work. That's like nothing. 10 minutes? Like that's like me unloading a dishwasher, right? Like, whoa, 10 minutes to shift our belief systems. That's all it takes. You are the creator of your life. You are the weaver of the magic that's within your days. You taking time to do this is setting you up for the most immense success in business, in your joy, in your creations, in your family, in your life. So just honor you for taking the time to come and do this work, because this work doesn't take a lot of time, but this work impacts with massive levels of energy, with success, of joy. You're doing the work and you're going to see the results, and it's going to be just so magical. So we're just going to keep letting our angels pull off other people's energy from our stomach, letting it pull out of our bodies until it's complete. We're just going to ask that they keep pulling it out until it's complete, and then once it's complete, we're just going to ask that they'll shield our stomachs with light. So just shield it up with light once it's been completed. Ah, that feels good. We're just going to pour light through us from the crown of our heads down to our toes, waking up the newness, waking up the new truths, waking up what we know to be true inside of us. All right, my dear friend, may today be a day of miracles, of newness, of freedom, of liberation, of light. And I will see you